In the previous video, we looked at the MES DAT for the Mega Drive, and we compared it to the TOSEC DAT, also for the Mega Drive. We found that there are 926 files, which are exactly the same across both. So regardless of the extensions used, and MES uses all kinds of extensions for some sets, we looked simply at the low-level hash data and decided that 926 files matched exactly. Datinate did that for us, but still we've got on the TOSEC side 2,350 files that are simply not accounted for, and on the MES side we've got a very big number again, 1,640 that aren't accounted for. I thought it'd be an interesting case study to check out the TOSEC set for an understanding of what the difference is between these files, because frankly we've got a few smoking guns here. We've got a lot of these H flags, that is information held within the square and rounded brackets, and a lot of B's, and we'll see some trained files as well. So the B is for bad dumps, H is for hacked files, and we wouldn't expect those to be included in MES because it's a purer DAT file set in effect. They don't really care for translated files or hacks or anything of that nature. So we may find that these files are more similar, these DAT files are more similar, once we start pruning out some of the superfluous stuff as far as MES is concerned. So let's open up our DAT editor, and I'm just going to click Customize DAT on the bottom here to bring up a window showing all 2,355 files, games that are unique to the TOSEC set. Okay, here we go. All the games are shown here, and all the flags are on the left. We see we've got 412 unique flags that are used across all 2,355 of these games. Now we can jump up here to the filter flags and very quickly start breaking this list down. So if I type in square bracket B asterisk close bracket, we find that the asterisk is a regex expression, and I use a very simple sort of regex tool here, or functionality, to make Datinate as powerful and easy to use as possible. This looks for any instances of numbers, strings, letters, whatever, following on from B, and in fact it's 0 or anything, so if it's just B on its own, then it will be included in the filter. So if I just click go, and it's showing me all the flags that will be affected by this filter should I choose to implement it. And the center window has updated to show all of the B's flags and the games that are affected by them. So B, B2, B3, B4, etc. I'm going to click exclude to exclude all of those from this file set. So we wouldn't expect to find those bad dumps in the MES set, so I've already taken away quite a lot of those games. So we've got 762 excluded if we look in the bottom right corner here. Similarly, MES wouldn't be including hacked files. So I'm going to come up here and apply a very similar filter. Wherever I find an H, with or without something following it, I want it excluded. Now there are dozens and dozens, well, in fact, I can tell you that we've got rid of 2,079 files combining the bad dumps and the hacks, so we're down to 276 files that we might be expecting to find in a MES set. But I know that the naming convention of the TOSEC set leads us to find a few more problems here. The TRs and the Ts, which I'm highlighting here, so there's a T and there's another TR, they are trained and translated respectively, so they wouldn't be included in MES either, I believe. So that MES Mega Drive DAT, we can start excluding those, or we can start the exclusion in an attempt to get closer to that MES DAT, I should say. So by typing in T and typing exclude, I'm now excluding any translations and any trained files. And over here we've got 2,281 files excluded and 74 that we still have to account for. Now at this stage we see fewer smoking guns, right? We've got public domain files, which I think will be included in MES, and we've got some prototypes, etc., which I think MES software list is fine with as well. But I would be interested, if I was a MES software list maintainer, to understand why these files, these 74 remaining files, aren't included in my list. This could be because they are in fact bad dumps and they've just been misreported by TOSEC, possibly because it's an older DAT, or it could indeed be that they are missing from the MES file and they should be included. So these are the files I'd want to take away, possibly look at it in a hex editor, but more likely I'd want to take this, let's go ahead and create this DAT file. So I'm just going to call it custom and save it onto my desktop. and I'll just open that up for you quickly to prove that it's working. Okay, there we go. So we've got 74 games in here. I would take this file potentially and I would compare it to other sets. So I might have a DAT created from the Mega Drive Good tool, or there may be another DAT set that I would want to compare it against, and I can start to figure out if indeed these are missing legitimately from the MES set or if they are bad dumps. So there's a kind of rinse and repeat of the first 3 videos that I've shown you here. And I want to show you one last thing just before I sign off from these introductory videos. Where I've got my trained file here, I might decide I want to create a DAT where actually I am including translated files. So this trained/translated filter I've applied is obviously covering up, removing those translations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and create a slightly more sophisticated filter, or a simple filter still, sorry, but I am applying it in a more interesting way, because now I'm going to say I want that included. Now, because this T filter is above the TR, it's going to exclude TR, even though I said I want it included. So I have the option of moving this up, which I'm going to do. And then when I refresh the view, and that will be done automatically with the release of this, I will find that the translated files are included, but the translated files are included, but the trained files are excluded, which is exactly what I want. So now I've got all hacks excluded, excepting the translations, which I always want to include when I create DATs, because I think you get some of the most exciting software is the stuff that's fan translated. So here we go. On my right hand side, those 3 files are examples of trained files that are excluded, whereas I have these translated files included here. And again, I can just click Create DAT. I'm going to rewrite the same file. And all 239 files, that's files being created, okay. Just open it up. Yep, modify that. I'll reopen that. And 200 odd files will be in here, including the translated files. And that's the end of the introductory videos for Datinate. I hope you'll get back to me with any questions you have. Be happy to do more videos, answer questions, and otherwise spread the word. Let's see if we can get this out there, helping to preserve software and games in particular. Thanks for watching, and yeah, get back to me.